Welcome back again, guys. So this is the fifth part or the final part of this series, that is project name salary management system. So in this part I will explain the remaining classes of this project. So I have already explained till list of employees. So now in this video you will going to know the explanation of the code of remaining classes. So let's get started. So guys, if you haven't watched the previous parts of this project, so please watch the those parts so that you can relate to this final part. Okay, and the link is in description of the previous parts. So let's get started with this video. So I have already explained you till in the last video I have already explained you till this list of employees. Now we have the next menu, that is update details, and it will update the salary of the employee, and it will update the details of the employee, and it will also having one more feature, that is attendance entry. So it will basically mark the attendance of a particular employee. So what is the code for this update salary of employee? So let me show you. So update salary.java is the code for salary.employee. So what it will do, it will basically execute a SQL query that is for update query. So basically first of all we have some libraries that we are some classes we have to use for that is belonging to these libraries. So I have already explained about these libraries, and this is the class. Okay, and now we have some labels. So let me first execute this file. So in this we have some labels, some text files, one custom, and two buttons, right? And one is choice, right? This is choice. So we have currently we have only one employee, and the employee ID or number is 4, so that is why it is showing just 4. Okay, and if you want to update the salary of the employee, like if any user or if the manager did some mistake in updating the details of salary of particular employee, so he can re-update the things, he can re-update the salary of the particular employee by this. Okay, so how this program is working, how this particular file is working. So now this is the constructor of this class, and the layout, I am not using any layout. I want to use this custom layout, so that is why I am setting this layout as null, and in at here I am setting set bound. So set bound is a function which is used for custom layouts, and it has 4 parameters, that is x, y, and the size of the layout, right? So now we have c2. C2 is what? C2 is choice. So choice will be equals to choice. Okay, so it will create a new this choice field. Okay, now this is the catch command. So firstly it will select all the details from a salary table. Like we have the table, let me show you the table first. So in our database, so this is the database, our database name is project. So I am using the project database. Now show tables. So we have total four tables. So the I want to see the details of salary table. So select star from salary. So it will show me the details of salary table, right? So we have only one employee and one employee salary details. Okay, right? So now firstly it will take all the details from the database so that it can check the particular ID, and C2 will have the particular ID number, whatever the particular ID is here, it will take that ID so that it can show the particular employee salary. That is why, for differentiating the employee, because for the employee ID number 4 the salary is different, and for a particular ID number the salary is different. So for differentiating we are using this ID, because ID is the primary key. Okay, now we have this catch statement. If any exception is occurred, then this catch statement will be show you an exception. So this is for exception handling. Now we have a label, that is select employee, and the the space, the size of the label and the place where it will be visible is this. Okay, that is 2020 120. Now I'm adding this employee label in this frame, so that is the code for add or adding this employee. And the same for this C2, and C2 is what? C2 is this HRA. Now we have L1 L2 L1 T1 L1 T2. So this is the HRA label 1 and this T1 is text box. Now this L1 and L2 is the size of this text box and this label. Now again same thing for DA and same thing for medical and same thing for PF and same thing for basic salary. Now we have two buttons, that is update and delete. So the background color and foreground color are black and white, so you can see. So now we are making this button as a dynamic button, so that it can if I am updating the details of particular employee's salary, so it can do something work. So I am making this button as dynamic, right? So now the main thing is this function, that is action performed. If firstly it will take the details from this choice and these text boxes, and it will store that values in some string variables, and it will then execute this query, that is update salary set HRA DA medical, whatever the new details that is feed by the manager or HR. So it will update that detail. So that is the query for updating the database value, updating the table's particular rows value, right? Then this is for the connection of the database. So I'm making an object C1, and C1 is having this S is having this execute query, and this query is what? This query is update salary, this query, right? Now if the flow of this thing is going to be in good way, then it will show you a dialog box, that is salary is updated, and if any exception is occurred, then it will show you a print stack trace that will show you an exception to you, right? And if this button is clicked, that is delete button, then it will execute another command, that is for delete, right? So I can delete the data salary from the for a particular employee. Okay, right? It will select the ID number, and according to the ID number it will delete the particular ID salary from the database, right? Now this is the code, and this is the main function, which is having this constructor, which is actually we have to define the class in this we have to call the class constructor in this main function, because the main function is the only function which is called by the compiler, right? Which is actually compiled by the compiler. So this is all for this update. Now next thing we have, okay, one second, in project, next thing we have update employee details. So employee details is also very same, it is very similar to this. So what is the class for employee update details of employee? That is this update employee. So same thing is for this, and the same command is executing in this file also. So I don't think so that I should repeat the same thing, because I have already explained these things in update salary. So guys, if you have any doubt in this class, so you can just comment down in comment section, and I will reply you back. But I don't think so, if you are watching this video from starting and you are relating the things, then it should not there is no difficulty for you, right? So I'm not explaining this because this is very similar to the previous class. Now the next thing is that is different that is attendance entry. So in attendance entry we have feature, it will entry mark the attendance of a particular employee, and it will mark the real time and date. Okay, so that is here, take attendance.java. So this is very small class, but it has some great features, like we have some libraries and the Java text fields and labels and all. Now in the constructor I am using the grid layout. So let me first execute this file. So we have three labels and three choice buttons. Okay, like this and this. So for the first half, if the particular employee is present, then it should be the attendance officer who will taking the attendance will select the present, or if it is not present, then it will select the absent, or it of if the particular employee is on leave, so it can select this leave option, right? And same for this second half, and it will mark the attendance. So whenever the user will click on this submit, it will show you a dialog box that is attendance confirmed, that is showing a message that is attendance confirmed, right? And it will taking the ID from the database employee. So this is the code for the taking the ID from the database employee, so that it can use this ID, right? So C2 is having this ID number. Okay, now same, this is the framework concept. I am adding this label and these choice option in the frame. Okay, now the next thing we have, that is the important thing, that is action performed. So in action performed, we have a string. It will firstly copy the first half and second half message to a string variable, and it will insert that this first and second half and date and ID of a particular employee in the attendance table, right? So this line is important because there is a predefined function in the Java, that is Java, which is inside in java.util, that is date dot to string. So date is taking the current time of whatever your PC is showing, and it will convert that time to string. So this is the predefined function which we have. We can directly use it to taking the real time, right? And this is the query that we should execute, and this is the code for the connection of the database to your to this Java file. And if the things are going in a good flow, then it will show you a message that is attendance confirmed, and if any exception is occurred, then it will show you there's an exception, right? And this is the main function. So this is all for this attendance. Now what we have this next menu, that is for generating the salary slip of a particular employee and for the attendance record. So we have this, that is list of attendance and payslip. Okay, so here it is, payslip.java. So payslip.java is a class which is having the code for generating the salary slip of a particular employee. So we have these libraries, we have one choice. So let me first execute this so that we can relate the code. So we have a frame which is having only a label and a choice that is having some values. So like in database, we have only the salary for employee number 4. So we can only generate the payslip for employee number 4. So that is why it is showing only one. If you have add some more, if you can add some more, so it will show you all the employee ID which is having the salary details, right? So that it can print. So this is the size for this frame where it should be visible, and this is the location where it should be visible, and this is the size, that the x-axis and y-axis of this frame. Then we have C1 is taking the ID from the database salary, from the table salary. Okay, now in this we are using border layout. Okay, now this is very simple code. So this is for like if I'm generating the salary slip for employee ID 4, so the format of font style is Arial, and it should be bold, and the size is 20. So this is the code for that thing. And the next thing is the action performed. So it will basically connect your table or database to your this file, and it will generate this query, that is select star from employee, where id is equal to c1. So the id is equal to c1, and it will it will retrieve the data of a particular id, right? Now this is the thing which I want to print. Whatever you want to print, you can just edit this code. If you want to print something else, right, then this is nothing. This is very simple code. You can this is some mathematics formula which is usually used in for salary, basic salary. Like we have different types of in a total amount of salary, we have different categories of amounts. So the total salary is different. Basic salary, total salary is having some basic salary, pf, medical, da, hra. So total salary is gross salary, and net salary is different with having some taxes. So I don't know, this is all I'm getting from online. So this is the main function, which is having the constructor of this class payslip. So I think this is all for this class. Now the last class which we are having, that is list of attendance. So it will show you the attendance detail of a particular employee. So it is having some string value, because we want to just show four feature, I can say four columns of a particular table, that is employee id, date, first half and second half. That is employee is present in first half or not, or employee is present in second half or not. And so let me first execute this file. So we have this table in this file, and it will show you all the employee id, and it will show you the date, and he is present, or the status of his attendance, right, and the time when the attendance is marked. Okay, so the code is very simple. Okay, now super is the thing which is visible at the top of this frame. Okay, and this is the size, and this is the location, and it will take the details from the attendance table. So that is the query is select star from attendance, and it will this is a matrix. Okay, this is a matrix table. So it will firstly go to 00, and it will basically add the details 0 1, sorry, that is 0 0 and 1, and it will show you the retrieve the data that is from id, and it will show you the data from the id. And next thing is date tm, and then f half, and then s half. So these are the column names in our table. So that is, it should be same. If it is different, then it will show you an error, that is error in taking the data from the database, right? Now you can print the data as well. Okay, and this is the predefined function for printing, and if you are using this function, so it will directly call your print system, whatever your OS is, it will directly call your system's print function, right? Now this is the main function which is having the constructor of this class. So, and guys, I have already explained. So this is all for this menu, and now we have the shortcuts. Now I have already explained you about the shortcuts. It is on the code for the shortcuts are in this project file. Okay, that are here. Let me show you. So in project we have the code for this web browser, calculator, and notepad. So the notepad and calculator are the system software. So that is why it is whenever you write this, okay, here it is, whenever you want to open the system software, so this is the line of code which is used for accessing the system software, right? So I think I have explained all the classes in this project, and if you have still any doubt at any point, so you can just mention the that point in the comment section, and I will happy to reply you back. And guys, I have explained this complete project. Okay, and if you have any difficulty in connection of the database to your project, so you can just mention the problem in comment section, and I will reply you back, right? And I think this is a big project, but I have explained in a very normal way, so it is very easy to understand. So this is all for this video, guys, and this is the last part, and it is over because we I have already explained all the things. So thank you so much for watching all the videos, and if you haven't watched the previous video, so please go and watch that. And I have already explained some of my more projects on my channel, so if you haven't watched that project, so please watch those videos also, and please subscribe to my channel, guys. And if you like this video, so please give it a big thumbs up, and please share this video with your friends. Okay, thank you so much, guys. So thank you so much.